Hi, good evening everyone. This is K. Parvatisham. I have an experience of teaching physical science for 10 years. In this schedule, we would like to go for the light. And before that, hope all the students are enjoying our classes. It's not a like playway method. It's not only like a playway method. It's like gaining a knowledge that is the prime purpose of our ABC Education and Learning app. So, if you'd like to join, if you'd like to inquire the details about us, just call on to the numbers which are scrolling down and we will be waiting for you. We, along with your parent cooperation, you will be standing at the top level with the cooperation of only standard channel, only standard app, that is ABC Education and Learning app. Okay, now let us come back to our topic. This is nothing but light. So, in the light schedule, we have been discussing about ray diagrams. We have been discussing about ray diagrams. Now, let us come back to the topic of case 3. Come back to the topic of case 3. So here, let us follow. I have given you what a 4-stepped principle. First step is a correct heading. First step is a correct heading. Second step is nothing but a perfect labeled ray diagram. Third step is nothing but a introduction or context of the ray diagram. Fourth step is nothing but characteristics in 4 headings: size, position, nature and a location. So now let us go to the case 3, that is object placed in between F and C. Object placed in between F and C. So what about this one? Here we would be going for a concept that is nothing but a very small important topic. So listen carefully. What about this one? Here we have been discussing about a concept. This is called as case 3, in which object placed in between F and C. In between F and C. So see here, already you people know that what is a F? F is nothing but a focus. C is nothing but a center of curvature. Let us go on for the diagram. Let us go on for the diagram. Of course, all the diagrams we have very familiar. This is nothing but a concept of There's nothing but a concept of a concave mirror. Okay, let's be back to our topic. This is pole. While coming to this concept, it is nothing but focus. Let us extend the ray. This is nothing but called as principal axis. And of course, the next point here we come across is nothing but center of curvature. So let us come back to the topic. Here an object is placed in between F and C. That is in between the focus and the center of curvature. So see here, focus and center of curvature, in between this I am able to place an object. I am able to place an object. So what is this going to happen? What is this going to happen? Let us understand this one. You listen here carefully. First of all, I have discussed about 4 types of rays. In drawing ray diagram, you can consider any 2 of the rays. You can consider any two of the rays, that is either a parallel or an anti-parallel, or either towards the pole or towards the center of curvature. Out of these four rays, you can consider any two rays. So for my convenience, I would like to take part here with the parallel rays. I have posted a parallel ray to the principal axis. Then, according to the rules of sign conventions or according to the rules of ray diagram, what is going to happen? The parallel ray is going to be certainly focused or reflected from the focus. It is certainly focused anti-parallel, that is towards the point called as focus. Then only one type of ray we have taken, that is called as parallel ray, whereas we have to take one more ray here. What is that second type of ray? Let us assume the concept to be either towards a pole, or if needed we will go on for this fourth type of ray. This is nothing but towards center of curvature, towards the center of curvature. So let me confine to the second type of a ray. This is nothing but passing anti-parallel to the principal axis. This is a second type of ray. So as usually we have taken two types of rays. What are the two types of rays? The first one, parallel ray, which is passing towards the focus, whereas the second one is also anti-parallel ray passing through the focus, and then it is getting reflected. And then it is getting reflected. So what that is going to get a reflect? So what is that going to be reflected here? So at this point it is traveling as a parallel ray. So we can confirm that this comes for a ray diagram. This comes for a ray diagram. So what are we going to do here? Let us suppose in this ray diagram is completed. Here the intersection point has been plotted. Therefore, where we are able to obtain an image, at this point we are able to obtain an image. Let us say this as an image. This is a object. So first, second part is also completed. That is nothing but a ray diagram with a labeled portion is also completed. So what are we going to do here? The point number one, when an object is placed in between F and C, what is going to happen? An object emits two types of rays. An object emits two types of rays. So here the first ray I am taking it as a parallel ray, whereas the second one I have taken, this is nothing but called as anti-parallel ray. So as a result of these two rays, they are meeting or intersecting at a point. That is, the ray diagram has been completed. Now let us introduce the context of the content. What about the content? See here, the point here is point number one. On taking an image, on taking an object in between the F and C, that is fixed points called as focus and center of curvature, it emits two types of rays. The first ray is parallel, which is passing anti-parallel through the focus, whereas the second ray is anti-parallel passing through the focus, resulting in parallel nature. This is second point. Coming to a third point, these two rays intersect at a point. These two rays intersect at a point. What is that intersection? What is that intersection? Let us observe here. An image is going to be formed. An image is going to be formed. That is an important aspect. So let us understand the characteristics. Let us understand the characteristics, and of course I have already said you that point number one It is nothing but discussing about size. See here, the size of object is this much, whereas the size of image we obtained is this much. So, object size is naturally less than the image size. Object size is naturally less than image size. Is less than image size. So what is going to happen here? Image is going to be enlarged image, or you can also call it as magnified image. It is going to be an enlarged image. So while coming to a second aspect, we are going to discuss about the second, this is nothing but called as position. This is nothing but called as a position. Acha, where is the image lying? The image is lying in what? In which zone? Below the principal axis, above the principal axis. Painunda, kindunda principal axis ki. Kinda undi. It is nothing but principal axis के नीचे है. इसीलिए इसको हम क्या बोलते? Position is nothing but below the principal axis. Below the principal axis. Therefore, it is inverted. उल्टा image बोलता है हमको. उल्टा इमेज फॉर्म होता है इधर. So the third point is nothing but, it is nothing but nature. What do you understand by the nature? Nature is nothing but very well known. Image is formed by intersection of rays. Image is formed by the intersection of rays. Therefore, the nature comes for real image. Therefore, the nature comes for a real image. While coming to a fourth point, it is nothing but a location. So, where the location is going to be here. The location is going to be here. That is nothing but ikkada manam oka concept తీసుకుంటే it is a executing. ఇది ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది మనకు? Here after C. C తర్వాత మనకి ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి this is beyond C. This is బియాండ్ సి. అంటే మనం ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్లో మూడు రకాల ఇమేజెస్, మూడు రకాల క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్తో పాటు లొకేషన్ అనేది కూడా మెన్షన్ చెయ్యాలి. We have to definitely mention the location. ఒక్కసారి I'll just give you an outright sketch because it looks like easy. బట్ కొద్దిగా కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవుతారు కాబట్టి అవుట్రైట్ స్కెచ్ అనేది మళ్ళీ ఒక్కసారి ఇస్తాను. సో ఎక్కడ మనం పెట్టాము ఆబ్జెక్ట్? హమ్ फोकस और सेंटर, फोकस और सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर के बीच में रखा था. whether wherever you keep exactly center, nearer to focus, away from focus, but అది ఎక్కడ ఉండాలి? ఫోకస్ కి సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ కి మధ్యలో ఉండాలి. ఇట్ షుడ్ బి ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఫోకస్ అండ్ సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్. దిస్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. సో వాట్ అబౌట్ దిస్ వన్? హియర్ two types of rays are executing. రెండు రకాల రేస్ ని మనం ఇక్కడ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ చేస్తున్నాం. एक parallel ray which is passing through the focus. Another is anti-parallel ray which is passing parallel to the principal axis. So ఇక్కడ ఈ రెండు కూడా ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతున్నాయి. They both are getting intersected. As a result of that, we are obtaining an image. Those characteristics can be studied under 4 headings. ये 4 headings क्या है? पहले तो साइज. ऑब्जेक्ट साइज इमेज साइज का छोटा है, इसीलिए ये इमेज को हम क्या बोल सकते? एनलार्ज्ड इमेज बोल के बोल सकते. इमेज तो मोटा है, ऑब्जेक्ट तो छोटा है, इसीलिए हम साइज एनलार्ज्ड इमेज तो बोल सकते. फर्दर सेकंड पोजीशन. యూ జస్ట్ టేక్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. మనం అద్దం ముందర నిలబడి మనం ఎలా ఉన్నామో అలా కనిపిస్తే ఇట్ ఈస్ స్ట్రైట్, కానీ మనం రివర్స్లో కనిపిస్తే దట్ ఈస్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ యాక్సిస్ బిలో. This type of image is called as inverted image. While coming to third, it is formed by the intersection. Intersection of objects nunchi it is going to be obtained. See, because of this reason, it is called as real image. దాన్ని మనం రియల్ ఇమేజ్ అని పిలుస్తాం. అండ్ వేర్ డిడ్ వి గెట్ ద ఇమేజ్ హియర్? ఇట్ ఈస్ బియాండ్ सी. सी దాటిన తర్వాత सी के उस तरफ हम इमेज obtain हो रहा है. ये इसमें बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट डेफिनेशन है. क्यों बोले तो ఇక్కడ చాలా మంది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయ్యేది ఏంటంటే, యు కన్సిడర్ ద బిఫోర్ కేస్. Object placed on C, that's the first case. Object placed beyond C. Now object placed in between F and C. So ఈ మూడిటి దగ్గర పిల్లలు కొంతమంది కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. So this is to have to be remembered. Okay, so now let us go on for the next fourth case. So let us be back to the next case. This is called as case 4. What do you mean by case 4? Everything has its own heading. So now let us implant a fourth heading, that is nothing but object placed at infinity. Object placed at infinity. Everyone know that what is an infinity? Infinity is nothing but a super distance which we may not know. It's a super distance which we may not know. So what is this one? Here we are able to expect object placed at infinity, so that we will understand the second part of ray diagram. This is nothing but figure. So let us take help of this one. Ikkada we are able to obtain this concept is nothing but principal axis. Let us take the concept of a principal axis here, and of course this is a very familiar point to us. The first one is pole, second one is nothing but a focus, and the third one is nothing but a center of curvature. And of course here you people are able to see this is nothing but called as principal axis. This is nothing but called as a principal axis. So let us come across this concept. See here, object is placed at infinity. We do not know. అది ఎక్కడుందో మనకు తెలియదు, but we want to see the image. Let us suppose, I'll give a small example. Let us suppose you people are standing on your terrace. आप लोग पूरा terrace के पास అక్కడ ఏం కనిపిస్తుంది? దూరంగా ఏమైనా ఇల్లు కానీ లేకపోతే ఏమైనా ఉన్నాయనుకోండి, ఎలా కనిపిస్తాయమ్మా మీకు? అది ఇంత ఉండని మీ కంటికి మాత్రం గోరంతా కనిపిస్తాయి. Is that right or not? So the same manner, objects are placed at a infinity position. Objects are placed at a infinity position. We do not know where an object is placed. So we are obtaining an image. We are obtaining an image. How an image is going to obtain? Let us consider parallel rays. Let us consider a parallel rays to understand the properties of a image. You listen here carefully. Whether an object can also be placed downwards. So I am able to take one more parallel ray which is at the below the principal axis. So what is going to happen? This is nothing but parallel ray from infinity. And this is also a parallel ray from infinity. We do not know from where the distance it is coming. The rays are able to emerge. So as a result of this one, what is going to happen? According to the rules of ray diagram, they are going to bend. They are going to bend. That is, even this ray also, it passes through the focus. So you observe here where the intersection is going on. The intersection is going on exactly at the focus. The ray which is coming from upside or the ray which is coming from downside is coming exactly and intersecting on the focus. Focus daggara avi intersect avutunnai. Right, Amma? So, how are we going to expect or explain this phenomenon? Ela explain chestam mana? Listen. See, point number 1. Pehle मैं एक concave mirror रखा था. I have placed a concave mirror for the ray diagram. Point number 1. Second point. When an object is placed at an infinity, ఎప్పుడైతే infinity position లో without knowing what distance అది ఎక్కడుందో తెలియకుండా మనకు rays వచ్చినప్పుడు, those rays according to rules of ray diagram, they are intersecting at focus. आ రెండు rays वो दोनों rays focus के पास intersect हो रहा. अब क्या करेगा? इधर तो image expect कर सकते. क्यों बोले तो किधर इंटरसेक्ट होता उधर इमेज पॉसिबिलिटी का चांसेस है. इसीलिए ए पॉइंट कने हम क्या बोल सकते? इमेज तो रिजल्ट हो रहा बोल के बोल सकते. मगर एक बार सुनो, फोकस इज सच अ स्मॉल पॉइंट, इतना छोटा पॉइंट है, फिर इधर इमेज कैसे होता? इमेज कैसे होता? अगर हुए तो भी वेरी माइन्यूट या point sized, as if we are seeing a distant objects, very like a nail, చిన్న గోరంతగా కనిపించడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. కాబట్టి here the characteristics of image are nothing but point number 1, it is nothing but a size. Very simply we can say they are converging on the focus. Therefore image is very diminished, very highly, we can also use a word, image is highly diminished, చాలా చితికిపోతుంది. Diminished is a word, చితికిపోతుంది అంటే very small, చాలా చిన్నగా, like a small sticker, చిన్న స్టిక్కర్ లాంటి ఇమేజ్ అనేది మీకు అక్కడ అప్టైన్ అవుతుంది. దట్ ఈస్ ద సైజ్. whereas second, what is second one? Naturally the image is coming below the principal axis, so it is nothing but position comes for inverted. Position comes for a inverted, that is below the principal axis. And a very true honest point is nothing but it is formed by intersection. It is formed by the intersection of rays. Therefore it is a real image. It is a real image. And where are you expecting that? ఎక్కడ మీరు అది పాసిబుల్ అవుతుంది? ఇక్కడ ఈ పాయింట్ లో ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు. దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ fourth point, on focus you are expecting the location. On focus you are expecting a location. This is an important, because this case do not lie in your textbook. It is exclusively for learning children via our ABC learning app, because we are not only the focusing on the syllabus, we want to give extra knowledge to our students. Because of this one, even though this is not present in your syllabus in detail, we have been saying, we have been feeding to our child. So once, I'll just repeat this one. Object placed at an infinity. अगर एक ऑब्जेक्ट तो इन्फिनिटी डिस्टेंस क्यों बोले तो वो डिस्टेंस कितना है हमको मालूम नहीं है, అదెంత డిస్టెన్స్ ఉందో నాకు తెలియదు. సో అంత డిస్టెన్స్ లో నుంచి రేస్ వస్తుంటాయి. those rays are standardly taken as parallel rays and those are meeting at focus. Why they are meeting at focus? According to rules of ray diagram, a parallel ray when hit the concave mirror definitely hit the focus and travels anti-parallel. So that at the focus ee rendu rays converge avutunnayi, they both are going to get converged. Due to that we are able to expect an image. Those can be expected like this. That is, the size is nothing but critically highly diminished. It's going to be highly diminished, very point sized also we can say. We can also call a word that is point size. While coming to second, what is this? We are able to expect a position. It's below the principal axis, therefore inverted. And coming to a nature, it has been formed. It has been formed by the intersection of rays. That is real. And the last situation is nothing but where is the location? It's formed on focus. It's formed on focus. This is an exclusive, so remember this one. A knowledge is permanently stores in a what about in a brain, but not a mugging app. We want to give our children only an exclusive knowledge as well as a wisdom which helps you in a further future. If you are going to be a future engineers or a doctors, it is nothing but definitely the students will say channel, that is ABC channel is behind us. Due to our channel itself we are in this position. So keep ready my dear children, you are going to rock in the future, those who are learning the study through this channel. So you see here, this case is completed. While going to the next, let us once observe what are the cases completed, what are the images we obtain, because you need not to get confusion. So my dear friends, we are going to the next one. This is, let me give you a small characteristics, because it is nothing but four are the concepts. Four are the concepts which we have only two are pending in a ray diagram. So before going to that, let us analyze once and then go to the topic. So don't go anywhere. We will be back in a few short time, and don't go anywhere. Stay home, stay safe, along with the knowledge of ABC channel. Welcome back to ABC channel, ABC Education and Learning app, the only app which makes you brighter. So, we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is nothing but analysis of the previous ray diagrams. Analysis of the previous ray diagram. So we have studied the first case. What is the first case? The case 1 is nothing but when an object is placed on C, on the center of curvature. Whereas the second case also we have studied. The second case is nothing but beyond C. It is beyond a C. Whereas while coming to a third case, we studied an object is placed in between F and C. In between F and C. Whereas the fourth case, just now we have revised it and completed. This is nothing but it is at the infinity. So let us once recall what type of images are we going to obtain here. You see here on C, what the images we obtained? We obtained an equal sized image. We obtained an equal sized image. Whereas beyond C, what type of image we expected? It is a diminished image. In between F and C, we got enlarged. And final case, before the case, that is nothing but at infinity, we obtained a very, very, very highly diminished. So, my dear friends, what I want to say is nothing but in the size everything is different. You notice the variation in every heading of the ray diagram. You see, on C it is a different heading, whereas beyond C it's a different obtained. In between F and C it's also different, whereas at infinity is also different. So let us observe the variation taking place in the position also. In the position also. So position is nothing but almost same. This is nothing but even here we obtained inverted image. Even here also we obtained inverted image. Ikkada kuda manaku inverted image ochindi. At the same time, in the last case also we obtained an inverted image. So ikkada manaku ekkada etuvanti diversion ledu. The only deviation we said is nothing but is in a size until the two headings. Whereas while coming to a next heading, this is no change observed. Ikkada ekkada kuda e change ledu. You are not expecting any type of change. Kuch farak nahi hai. So what about the third one? It is nature. And of course, my dear friends, anni cases lo no intersection nunche vachai. This is nothing but real image. All the images obtained were real. All the images were obtained as a real images. While coming to our next, ikkada that is nothing but a location specify chestam. हम location को specify करता. On C, अगर आप object को रखे तो किधर आता image? On C पर ही आता. सेंटर ऑफ कर्वेचर का एज वो रिजल्ट होता. अब तो देखो बियॉन्ड सी इफ यू आर गोइंग टू टेक बियॉन्ड सी व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन इन बिटवीन एफ एंड सी. In between F and C you are going to get what? Image. Whereas in between F and C if you are going to take, it is nothing but beyond C you are going to get. And lastly, at infinity, it is nothing but on focus. So my dear friends, why I have mentioned these four cases in special? You just note the difference. On C is the only case which is obtained equal and also the image on C itself. You observe a twisting relationship between this. There is small twisting relation. ఇక్కడ మనకు చిన్న మ్యాజిక్ లాంటి రిలేషన్ ఉంది. ఏంటి ఆ రిలేషన్? బియాండ్ సి దగ్గర పెడితే ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ సి వస్తుంది, ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి దగ్గర వస్తుంది. అదే ఒకవేళ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి దగ్గర మీరు ఆబ్జెక్ట్ పెట్టారనుకోండి, ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది? బియాండ్ సి. దట్ ఈస్ ఈ రెండు క్రాస్. బియాండ్ సి, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి. రైట్? సో ఈ రిలేషన్ మీకు ఐడియా ఉండాలి. యూ హ్యావ్ టు గెట్ దిస్ ఐడియా. So because of this one, I have given such type of one memory map. Whereas at infinity, clearly you can say that highly diminished, on focus, inverted real. There is no relation with this. ఈ రెండిటికి మాత్రమే మంచి రిలేషన్ ఉంది. ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ బియాండ్ సి, అగర్ క్యా కర్తే ఇస్కో చోర్ ఇస్కో బోలే తో ఓ చోర్ నహీ హోతా, అగర్ ఇస్కో చోర్ బోలే తో ఓ చోర్ నహీ హోతా. ఆల్టర్నేట్, వైస్ వర్సా వి కాల్ ఇట్ అస్. వైస్ వర్సా అంటాం సైమల్టేనియస్గా. ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి అంటే ఇమేజ్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది? బియాండ్ సి. బియాండ్ సి అనుకున్నాం అనుకోండి, ఇన్ బిట్వీన్ ఎఫ్ అండ్ సి వస్తుంది. దిస్ ఇస్ ఎ ట్విస్టెడ్ రిలేషన్షిప్. ఓకే, సో వన్స్ యూ అబ్జర్వ్, సెంటర్ ఆఫ్ కర్వేచర్ ఈస్ కంప్లీటెడ్. బియాండ్ సి, సి అవతల కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది, ఎఫ్సికి మధ్యలో కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది, ఇన్ఫినిటీ కూడా కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయింది. దెన్ వాట్ ఆర్ ద అదర్ టూ కేసెస్? నియరింగ్ టు, మనం మిర్రర్కి దగ్గరకు వస్తున్నాం, దూరంగా నుంచి దగ్గరకు వస్తున్నాం మిర్రర్కి. దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇమేజ్, దట్ ఈస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ప్లేస్డ్ ఆన్ ఫోకస్. ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ప్లేస్డ్ ఆన్ ఫోకస్. లిసన్ దిస్ పాయింట్ అమ్మా, ఇది కొద్దిగా మీరు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అవ్వడానికి ఛాన్స్ ఉంది. సో థోడా ధ్యాన్ సే ఏ సునో. So listen, here we would like to go on for the next case. Just now I said a word that mirror దూరం నుంచి దగ్గరకు వస్తుంది. So the only two leftover cases are focus very near to pole, focus very near to pole. Those we will study. Case 5. Now let us understand object or ray diagram. Let us draw ray diagram when an object is placed. Kidhar ekkada pettaladi? On focus. Do not get confused. Let us come back to our ray diagram. First part complete అయిపోయింది, second part దగ్గరికి వెళ్దాం. Let us take this as our ray diagram. While coming to this is nothing but a principal axis. So this comes for a common concept that is called as pole. This comes for a common concept. This is nothing but called focus, and this is center of curvature. Pole, focus, center of curvature, and apart from this, principal axis. So let us consider an object. This is supposed to be an object. ऑब्जेक्ट बोलते हैं हम इसको कि कौन सा भी ऑब्जेक्ट रखो, पेन रखो, पेंसिल रखो, कुछ तो कंपास बॉक्स रखो. ऑब्जेक्ट बोले तो पॉइंट साइज का भी रख सकते हैं. So here I have placed an object. According to the 4 type of rays, you consider any 2 types of rays. अच्छा, నాకు ప్యారలల్ యాంటీ ప్యారలల్ అవే రేస్ తీసుకొని బోర్ కొట్టాను. నా I just would like to shift to other. కొద్దిగా వేరియేషన్ కోసం వేరే రేస్ గురించి ట్రై చేద్దాం. Let us say first type of ray is nothing but parallel. First type of ray is parallel. ఒక రే తీసుకున్నాం. What is happening? A parallel ray must focus through this one and emerges like this. Must focus అంటే focus నుంచి ఖచ్చితంగా బయలుదేరాలి in anti-parallel manner. This is given. Second తీసుకుంటే, let me take not an anti-parallel ray. Let us consider towards pole, that is third type of ray. First ray వచ్చేటప్పటికి मैं क्या कर रहा था? Parallel ray लिया था. Second ray को हम क्या कर रहे? Third type of ray, that is towards pole को ड्रॉ करना. This and it is nothing but so my dear friends, I just would like to give you a clarity. What is that? You listen here. These two rays are traveling like parallel rays, and of course these two are parallel. Do we know that రైలు పట్టాలు ఎప్పుడన్నా కలుస్తాయా? ఇవతల పట్ట ఎప్పుడన్నా కలుస్తుందా? కలవదు. ఎప్పుడు కలవదు. That is, here we are not able to expect any type of meeting because these are parallel rays. These are parallel rays. Parallel rays వచ్చినాయి ఇక్కడ మనకు. ఆ రెండు ఎప్పుడు కలవవు. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ characteristics. When you take about characteristics, very first point ఏమొస్తుంది? Depending on this situation, image may not be expected. May not be expected. First point. Ikkada I used a word that's called may. I'm not confirming that image is not expected. May not be expected, since the reason is parallel rays are obtained. Parallel rays are obtained. Acha, let us come to this next. अगर ये रेस ट्रैवल करते करते क्या हुआ? एक ऑब्स्टेकल उसके पाथ में है. Let us suppose even this is also opaque substance. Opaque substance. कुछ तो कुछ इसके पाथ में एक opaque substance obstacle रखा था. Unknowingly, not wantedly, unwantedly. अब तो ए रे इस पर ट्रैवल होता, ए रे रिफ्लेक्ट होता, फिर इसका रे रिफ्लेक्ट होता, ए रे ऐसे ट्रैवल होता. अब देखो these rays are intersecting. Don't get confusion. This is very small, minute, because this is primary spherical mirror. In its path, the rays are not joining, acting as a parallel rays, so image may not be expected. May not be expected. కానీ మనం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం? ఏదన్నా ఒక అబ్స్టకల్ పెట్టినప్పుడు అవేమంటారు? ఇక్కడ నుంచి మళ్ళీ తగిలి ఇక్కడ కలవచ్చు. చెప్పలేం. అన్నదమ్ములు ఇంట్లోకి వెళ్ళి సపరేట్ టైమింగ్స్లో బయటికి వెళ్ళిండ్రు. అన్నంత మాత్రాన వాళ్ళు కలవరు అని అయితే రూల్ లేదు కదా. కలవచ్చు, కలవకపోవచ్చు. రైట్ ఆర్ నాట్? సో ఇఫ్ దే మీట్ ఎట్ వన్ పాయింట్ కలవచ్చు, లేదనుకోండి కలవకుండా ఎవరి దారిన వాళ్ళ ఇంటికి వచ్చు. సో వాట్ అబౌట్ ద రేస్ మే బి ఇంటర్సెక్టెడ్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ ఎనీ అబ్స్టకల్ ఈస్ ప్లేస్డ్. If that situation occurs, image may be formed at infinity. Image may be formed at infinity. May be formed at infinity. Do not know. అది ఫామ్ అవుతుందా కాదా మనకు తెలియదు. अगर कुछ ऑब्स्टेकल को रखे तो फॉर्म हो सकता, नहीं रखे तो फॉर्म नहीं हो सकता. So image may be formed at infinity and రాసేసి చేతులు దులిపేసుకుంటాం. This is an important. And remember friends, parallel rays ఎప్పుడు కూడా కలవవమ్మ. Parallel rays అనేవి ఎప్పుడు కూడా they are not going to meet. Because of this reason we are able to expect such type of a small logic. చిన్న మెలిక అనేది ఇక్కడ పెడతాం. So point number 1, when an object is placed on focus, image may not be expected. Form కాకపోవచ్చు. But what is this? Image may be formed at infinity. ఎప్పుడు అప్పుడెప్పుడో ఏదైనా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ కానీ ఆబ్స్టకల్ కానీ దాని మధ్యలో పెడితే then you can expect, you may expect maybe, right? So అక్కడెక్కడో ఫామ్ అయిందంటే మన క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ ఎట్లా తెలుస్తాయమ్మా? Do not know. हमको नहीं मालूम. इसीलिए हम क्या बोलते, इमेज may be formed at infinity बोल के चुपचाप उधर ही रख के आते. Okay? So this is a fifth ray diagram. Let us come to the last ray diagram that is very near. ఈ కోణా నుంచి ఈడికి వచ్చినాం, ఇప్పుడు గీడికి రావాలి. దట్ ఈస్ వెరీ నియర్, और थोड़ा नजदीक आना पड़ता. This is pole and focus కి మధ్యలో పెట్టడం. Now let us study that one. दोस्तों मैं एक बात बोलना चाहता हूं, वो क्या है? पहले तो ये दोनों रेस को मैं ड्रॉ करा था, और दो रेस को भी ट्रैवल कर तू मैं. Let us take A ray, B ray, C ray, D ray. अच्छा दोस्तों क्या कर सकते हैं हम? You observe this. ఎంత దూరం పోయినా అవి కలవు. This is only with respect to rays. These rays are not meeting till how much distance it travel. Is that right? Whereas you consider this one, if they go in this direction, the distance is increasing, gap మధ్యలో పెరుగుతుంది. బట్ అందుట్లో కూడా ఒక కామన్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఏంటంటే, ఇఫ్ యూ ఎక్స్టెండ్ దిస్ వన్, దే మే మీట్ బిహైండ్. దే మే మీట్ బిహైండ్, నాట్ ఎట్ ద ఫ్రంట్. ఫ్రంట్ సైడ్ ద గ్యాప్ ఇస్ ఇంక్రీజింగ్, బట్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్ దెర్ ఇస్ నో గ్యాప్. దే ఆర్ మీటింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ వన్ కామన్ పాయింట్. ఇస్ దట్ రైట్? ఇక్కడ నుంచి తీసుకుంటే ద గ్యాప్ అనేది పెరుగుతూ వచ్చేసింది. అలా అని వెనకాల కలవని కాదు కదమ్మా. దే మే మీట్ ఆన్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్. వెరాస్ లెట్ us try the same principle here also. ఇక్కడ కూడా ట్రై చేద్దాం. These are the rays which do not meet even at the back side also. So these are called as parallel rays. These are called as anti-parallel rays. So now we are going to discuss this type of rays in our ray diagram. Final ray diagram of a first lesson. We are going to discuss anti-parallel rays. So remember, anti-parallel rays do not form an image in the front side. They may form an image at the back side. You have to check once. Now we are going to study the case which is related to this type of rays, not this type of rays. Okay, that is very nearer to mirror. So my dear friends, let us come back to the last ray diagram. This is nothing but called case 6. You may get an amusement. Text book lo 5 ఉన్నాయి, ఇక్కడ 6 ఏంటి అని చెప్పాను కదా. అడిషనల్ టాపిక్స్ కూడా మా స్టూడెంట్స్ కోసం మేము ఇస్తాం. ఖచ్చితంగా మా స్టూడెంట్ బెనిఫిట్ మాకు ఇంపార్టెంట్. కాబట్టి వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు గివ్ మచ్ మోర్ దాన్ ద సబ్జెక్ట్. సో మీరు కూడా మా స్టూడెంట్స్లా ఉండాలి, మీరు కూడా మీ భవిష్యత్తు బాగా చేసుకోవాలి అనుకుంటే యు జస్ట్ వితౌట్ థింకింగ్ స్టెప్ టువర్డ్స్ అ బ్రైట్ ఫ్యూచర్, టేక్ ఎ బటన్, ఎంక్వైర్ అబౌట్ అవర్ quality, and then you can easily join to our app. That is the only standard app for a standard education, ABC Education and Learning app. If you want to know the details, kinda scroll out to the numbers ki call chesi immediate ga admission తీసుకోండి. Because nothing can be repeated. That is nothing but time అనేది valuable. దాన్ని మనం రిపీట్ చేయలేం. Right? Time is also used wise గా ఉపయోగించుకునే పర్సన్కి టైం అనేది పవర్ఫుల్ వెపన్. కాబట్టి you just don't hesitate, just call to the numbers which are displayed below and you can inquire and also you can take an admission. Right. Okay, now let us go for the ray diagram. Ray diagram drawn. For what? It is drawn when an object is placed where? Just now I used thoda nazdik aana padta idhar. That is nothing but in between. In between, what are the points here? This is nothing but F and P. Pole या focus. ये दोनों के बीच में अगर ऑब्जेक्ट रखे तो that is very near to mirror. क्या करते, क्या कर सकते, क्या इमेज रहते, कौन सा कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स इधर आते, अब वो मालूम होना पड़ता. देखो, so what are we going to discuss here? F and P. Let us take a rough diagram. Let us take, this is a pole, this is a focus, this is a center of curvature, and of course this is as usual principal axis. అచ్చా, ఇప్పటిదాకా డిస్కస్ చేసిన 5 రే డయాగ్రామ్స్ ఒక ఎత్తు అయితే ఇది ఒక ఎత్తు. జస్ట్ నౌ ఐ సెడ్ హియర్ we are going to use anti-parallel rays, not a parallel. ఇంతదాకా వచ్చిన ఇమేజెస్లో కూడా ఇక్కడ డిఫరెన్స్ మీరు అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తారు. వాట్ ఈస్ దాట్? లెట్ us come to this. See, an object is placed very near. An object is placed very near. చాలా దగ్గరగా పెట్టాం. This is object. This is the object. So, as usually, we have to take 2 types of rays. First ray, it is nothing but I have taken parallel ray to the principal axis. Naturally, it got diverted. It got diverted from the focus. And second, I am going to take towards pole. That is the third type of ray which we observe is nothing but ray towards a pole. So these are the 2. I ignored the second and fourth. These 2 rays are considered here. So what happens here? It gets reflected. So what is going to happen here? If you observe this one, unlike parallel rays, they are somewhat different. Let us extend these rays for your better understanding. You may look like, what about parallel? Now you say, ma, is there any chance of meeting here? Intersect avvadaniki ikkada emana chance unda? No, there is not at all a chance. We do not have any type of chance here. So what is going to happen here? We extend it beyond. We just extend it to our beyond, that is image के लिए इसको extend करते हैं हम. अगर ऐसे extend करें तो they met at this point and here an image was resulted. Here the images resulted. So this is not like a general. It is not like a general. We have taken two types of rays. The first one is a parallel ray and second one is a towards pole. Ee rendu rays anevi, they are acting as anti-parallel. Anti-parallel rays laki act chestunayi kabatti front side we are not expecting any image. So हम क्या कर सकते, बैक साइड पीछे से एलोंगेट लाइंस को एक्सटेंड करे तो हमको क्या आता, इधर थोड़ा इंटरसेक्शन दिखता हमको. ये इंटरसेक्शन करने हमको क्या आते, इमेज आते, नोटेबल इमेज आते. इसीलिए इसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स को हम क्या बोलते, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स. Let us take the first one is nothing but size. You observe the size of object is this much, but size of image is somewhat big. Are you noticing that? That is, size of image is greater than size of object. Therefore, what type of image it is? It is enlarged. You can expect an image which is larger than the object. Therefore, you can say this is enlarged image. Based on second one is nothing but position. Acha, here you are noticing an important, chala important. Enduko telusa? Ippadidaka manaki ఏ image ochina below. But for the first time, pahle baar, record breaking, we got an image above the principal axis. Above the principal axis we got, that is position kane above the principal axis. Therefore it is erect. Straight image is going to be obtained for the first time in last 6 diagrams. अगर 6 डायग्राम्स को सीख लिया तो 5 अलग है, 1 अलग है. इसमें हमको एरेक्ट आया, उधर इन्वर्टेड आया. That is the main concept. So what about a third? It is nature. So how could it be the nature? Nature is very special. It is not intersected at the front side, it was intersected at the back side. That is nothing but elongation. Therefore, the image is virtual. The image is virtual. देखो कितना changes आ रहा है इधर ये रे डायग्राम को. पहला 5 केसेस में हमको इन्वर्टेड ही आया, क्या रियल ही आया, मगर इधर एरेक्ट आ रहा और वर्चुअल आ रहा. Difference, note the difference. Theta observe cheyandi ikkada. And the last one is nothing but we obtained what the location behind a mirror. It is behind a mirror. This is the final case of our ray diagrams. This is a final case of our ray diagram. So with this we completed the ray diagram. Do not go anywhere. In the next class we are going to discuss the 4 marks important question, that is applications of spherical mirror. Stay tuned to us and learn stress-free wisdom through our only app, that is ABC Education Learning app. Would you like to join? Take to the numbers which are scrolling in the down and rush into the admission and get a brighter step for your bright future. Thank you.